Health Guru here. Let's talk about the 12 laws of the universe and why you should know them. There are 12 immutable laws of the universe that govern our reality and life experience. When you understand these laws, you can shift your life in a very powerful way. When you think about the spiritual laws of the universe, your mind may go straight to the law of attraction. However, it turns out that there is a whole network of interconnected spiritual laws that can impact every aspect of your life. Even better, although these laws can be used to assist in the law of attraction work, you don't need to be working on any particular manifestation goal to benefit. Often discussed as healing practices, the 12 spiritual laws of the universe each teach you something unique about well-being, happiness, and success. When you have a solid sense of these spiritual laws, you develop a clearer picture of your own place in the world. When you don't understand the connections between the spiritual laws, you naturally encounter obstacles. You may feel lost, frustrated, and confused about your purpose. It may even feel like virtually everything goes wrong for you, no matter how well you think you've planned. In contrast, people who live their lives with an awareness of the interconnected laws typically report feeling more confident, productive, and reflective than ever before. While there is an advanced personal work you can do with respect to each law, even starting out with this general grasp of the different laws may make a noticeable difference to the way you feel. The 12 universal laws can help to adjust your understanding of why things are the way they are. It gives life a deeper meaning. The laws are a form of meditation for freedom, originating from ancient Hawaiian culture. They are the laws of vibration, attraction, divine oneness, compensation, polarity, correspondence, inspired action, cause and effect, relativity, gender, perpetual transmutation of energy, and the law of rhythm. These 12 universal laws can be rewarding when best implemented. Number 1 is the law of divine oneness. The law of divine oneness is the foundational law, according to which absolutely everything in our universe is interconnected. In other words, every choice, word, desire, and belief you have will also have an impact on the world and on the people in your life. Sometimes this impact will be immediate and obvious. At other times, it may take a while to manifest, or you may never even discover that it has occurred. Try to think of yourself as part of everything around you to live in accordance with this law. We are all one, and awareness of this makes us more powerful as well as more empathetic. Number 2 is the law of vibration. According to the law of vibration, every particle in the universe is in constant motion and constantly carrying energy. This applies to enormous parts of the universe, like the planets and stars. However, it also applies to the chair underneath you or the table where your computer sits. In addition, everything has its own specific energy frequency. High energy particles are naturally attuned to other high energy particles, and the same is true for those that have low energy. If your goal is to live a more productive and full life, consider what you would need to do to heighten your energy frequency. Number 3 is the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence is directly related to the foundational law of divine oneness. The key idea here is that patterns repeat throughout the universe, and that prominent patterns can also be found repeating on a very small scale. For example, think of the popular example of the spiral pattern that repeats in a huge number of places in the galaxy. Look for patterns in your own life and in your thinking, and notice how they repeat elsewhere in the world. As you do so, consider the kinds of pattern changes you might be able to make, and how those will create change on a large scale. Number 4 is the law of attraction. As you likely already know, the law of attraction tells us that like attracts like. So in order to have the things you desire in life, you have to work out how to vibrate on the same frequency as these things. The more general lesson here is that being positive, proactive, and loving attracts more of the same into your life. Meanwhile, pessimism and fear will lead you to generate more negative experiences in all aspects of your life. By working to live more positively, even just today, you're already using the law of attraction to create a better existence for yourself. Number 5 is the law of inspired action. Many law of attraction practitioners say that they wish they had known about the law of inspired action at an earlier stage. These two laws are tightly bound together, and the inspired action law tells us that we must actively pursue our goals. Many people think that visualizing a goal and developing a positive attitude toward it will be sufficient to exploit the law of attraction. However, you also have to take inspired steps toward that thing that you want, whether it's big or a small step. It instantly helps you to attract that relationship, job, or enhanced abundance that you seek. Number 6 is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy states that everything around us is in constant flux. You can't see all these changes because many of them exist at the cellular or atomic level, but they carry on regardlessly. The reason that it's so important to be aware of this law is that it helps you see how you can trigger positive change. Specifically, keep in mind that high vibrations can trigger improvements in low vibrations. For example, if you're vibrating at a low frequency, exposing yourself to the high frequency of a happy, encouraging friend will naturally trigger energy transmutation in you. Number 7 is the law of cause and effect. One of the most straightforward laws in the universe is the law of cause and effect, which tells us that all actions have a corresponding reaction. You will already know this, of course, when it comes to the physical aspects of the world. However, perhaps you haven't considered how this law might be applied to the spiritual aspects of the universe. Your spiritual life can impact the world around you, causing positive or negative reactions. Similarly, your physical environment can impact your spirituality, whether for good or for ill. Ask yourself what types of relationships you see between the spiritual and the physical, and how you might want to change them. Number 8 is the law of compensation. According to the law of compensation, you will receive what you put out. This is similar to the law of attraction, but with a focus on the idea that compensation can come in many forms. For example, if you win a large amount of money, then you might think you're getting a reward. However, depending on how you have lived, your vast amount of wealth could lead to a worse life rather than a better one. Essentially, you reap what you sow. The law reminds you to be careful about how you treat others and indeed the planet. Number 9 is the law of relativity. The law of relativity is all about the neutrality of things when seen in isolation. So no particular person, experience, emotion, or action is evaluated as good or bad until you look at it in comparison with something else. For example, you may think you are poor, but perhaps it's because you have 3 wealthy uncles. By keeping this law in mind, you remain conscious of the fact that there are always multiple perspectives on anything that happens to you. Trying to slip into these alternative perspectives can make you feel more grateful and can also show you where you can make improvements in life. Number 10 is the law of polarity. When thinking about the law of polarity, the most important thing to remember is that absolutely everything has an opposite, and that it's the very existence of these opposites that allow us to understand our life. Consequently, when you go through something difficult, it will be this thing that helps you truly appreciate the good developments to come. By regularly reminding yourself of this, you can improve your resilience in troubled times. For example, though a bad breakup is painful, it teaches you what doesn't work for you in a relationship, helping you to eventually find what does. Number 11 is the law of rhythm. Sometimes called the law of perpetual motion, the law of rhythm is focused on movement. It refers to the fact that all things come in cycles. You can see this in nature. For instance, in the seasons and in the body's aging process. However, it equally applies to a person's life stages, and reflecting on this helps you to gain perspective. Today's season may be good, but nothing is permanent, so enjoy what you have while it lasts. Alternatively, Perhaps you're in a negative part of the cycle right now, but it may be the very thing that prepares you for the prosperous change in cycles next month. Number 12 is the law of gender. The law of gender has very little to do with biological sex. It refers to the fact that there are two major types of energy. You can think of them as masculine and feminine, as well as yin and yang. We all contain a certain amount of energy and must find a way to achieve a balance between both types if we are to live authentically and happily. Think about the role each type of energy appears to play in your life, and whether there is an excess or a deficit of either. Understanding the 12 laws shows us how to master life on all levels and gives us insights into what we can do to reach our goals. They show us how we ended up where we are, how to trust, how to create flow to get somewhere else. In other words, the laws of the universe provides us with a roadmap for how we can live our best life. So now that we know better, let's do better. Okay, everybody, it's time for movement. All right, just follow me. Oh yeah, you're looking good. Keep up now. Just keep it up. You looking good. We don't have far to go. Keep it up. Yeah. You looking real good. That's right. That's right. Keep it up now. Keep it up now. We're almost done. You're looking good. You're looking real good. So, how'd you do? Great. See you next time.